So August 8th to August 12th, Team Go Rocket is coming back, and they are going to be having a new Pokemon. Giovanni is going to be having Shadow Cresselia, which doesn't go crazy in the meta raids. It's still going to be very useful and better than base form. Yet, in the Go Battle League, Cresselia is a menace to deal with. So maybe Shadow Cresselia is going to be making a difference. It does have a good shiny as well, so be on the lookout for that because it is going to be having its own timed research coming from Giovanni. Make sure you get that radar, and let me know if you're going to be going with this one to go ahead and take down, since I believe we just had Groudon, which is kind of a drop off since Shadow Groudon is actually insanely strong. If you don't have the Shadow Groudon, go ahead and grab it before this date because he will go ahead and switch over. And on the August 8th, those timeframes can be a little bit tricky. So make sure you go past like noon, and then the Team Go Rocket will go ahead and update. As well as the leaders are going to change on top of that. We don't know what they are going to be so far, but I will have it in a pinned comment down below whenever we do figure that out for this event, because they will most likely bring new shinies in the shadow forms, which we always want. And then the shadow raid is going to be Shadow Lugia. Lugia is going to be coming back Saturday, August 10th through the 11th, which this Pokemon is actually going to be really good. And it is stating that Shadow Suicune will not appear during this event. So it is only going to be Shadow Lugia showing up, and it can be shiny. Shadow Lugia is actually a very strong Pokemon. In just the psychic types, being a raid attacker, it is going to be in number 32 in its shadow form with extra sensory and future sight. So be aware of that, because it is going to be a very strong Pokemon. As well, in the flying type category, it is going to be number 13 out of all of them, being extra sensory and Aeroblast with that. So no matter what, it is going to be a strong Pokemon. You want to take it down, and it is going to be a very difficult raid. So make sure you jump in there with friends so you can easily go ahead and add him to your team, because he will make a big impact. Now for event bonuses, we do have Team Go Rocket appearing more frequently in Pokestops and Balloons, which is big. But the big event bonus that we typically always love during these events is you can go ahead and TM away Frustration. Most Shadow Pokemon, when you do catch them, they do have Frustration as a move, and it is honestly useless. During these events, you can actually go ahead and charge TM them away and make them have a better move. That is how you get the better moves on the shadow forms. Since they do hit harder, make sure you go ahead, go through right now to go ahead and charge TM away Frustration. So whenever the event does roll out, you can just simply go into that box and start charge TMing all of them away. So you can actually use these guys as raid attackers, or just simple attackers all together, going from grunts or whatever you need them for, since they are stronger than typically other Pokemon. On top of that, we are going to be getting some new Shadow Pokemon. Like I said, Serena, Cliff, and Arlo are going to be changing their Pokemon, yet these aren't going to be them, or it doesn't seem like they're going to be them. The grunts are going to have new Pokemon like Shadow Timber, which goes into Conkeldurr. That's a massive fighting type Pokemon, so you definitely want to grab that. Shadow Tortuga and Shadow Archon, which I love those Pokemon, so it's going to be great. And if you're lucky, you can go ahead and get the shiny forms of them. Timber going into Conkeldurr is a massive change, because that is a very strong fighting type Pokemon altogether. So it is going to be one you're wanting to go out there and grind and try and pick up. For Shadow Raids, though, we are going to have the 1-stars at Shadow Mareep, Wooper, Cranidos, and Shieldon, which Cranidos is definitely one you want to go look at, because it is a meta rock type attacker, like the #1 rock type attacker in the game. But in the shadow form, it's going to be hitting even harder. So make sure you look out for that one. Try and get a good one, because from raids, even though the raids are kind of hard since they are shadow forms, they do give you better CP stats to go ahead and make sure you have a good one to use. And then the 3-stars, you are going to have Nuzleaf, Magnetric, and Vibrava, which will go into Flygon. That's not too bad, but the 3-stars aren't really going to be super crazy. If you're going to jump into the 3-stars, let me know which one of those 3 you'd want to get. But I'd highly recommend grabbing at least a Cranidos and a Shieldon, because Shieldon also goes into Bastiodon, which is good in the Go Battle League. We will be having field research tasks during this event of mysterious components, charge TMs, and fast TMs, which is what you need to go ahead and take on the leaders and go ahead and get away with that frustration on Pokemon, as well as showcases which will be featuring a different Pokemon during this event. I guarantee you this showcase is just going to be carrying over from the normal event, which last year it was Tyrant and Amora. Maybe this year it'll be Tortuga and Archon. Who knows? But there is going to be showcases as well. Make sure you do throw one in there because it will be very useful. There is going to be a Pokemon Go web store Team Go Rocket bundle. It's going to be $10, and it does look like it's going to be giving you components, raid passes, Ultra Balls, and Silver Pineapple Berries, which Silver Pineapple Berries are the best. Highly recommend getting this simply off the Silver Pineapples because they're amazing. But it is going to be $10 if you want to go ahead and do that. It is going to be on the Pokemon Go web store, which you can also be using some discount codes if you can find some. And then the event bundle in-game is going to be 315 Pokecoins with 1 Rocket Radar and 1 Premium Battle Pass. So not crazy there. Honestly, being 315 for coins, I'd be taking the one from the web store first because it does have more things in it. So just weigh those options. Make sure you pick out which one you want and go ahead and pick it if you do get one at all. So are you going to be excited that Groudon's leaving and Cresselia is coming in, since it is a Go Battle League Pokemon coming in for a Meta Raid attacker, swapping out for the Meta Raid attacker, and Shadow Lugia showing up in raids because it is meta relevant? But if you are excited for this event, let me know down below. And if you did enjoy this one, go ahead and click in this next video. You'll probably enjoy it too because you'll stay up to date on everything going on in Pokemon, and catch you guys in the next one.